Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Because I'm feeling really good and refreshed. It's a beautiful morning, even though it's cloudy and grey and it's rained overnight. I am so happy about the rain. It was lovely to go to bed when the rain was starting. So I'm Boundy, Psychic Medium, bringing you the daily Lenormand card spread reading. And it was so blissful to go to sleep with the rain falling on the roof. Loved it last night. So we're here this morning though for the daily cards, of course. So tap into your psychic senses, your spirit guides, connect in with them and get that messaging that's most relevant to you from these three cards. That's all there is. Three cards, as you can see. Here we have them. And it is the Gilda Reverie Lenormand deck as usual because it's a weekday. It's Monday, start of a work week. We've got the three cards being the labyrinth, the ring and the key. And we have our card. So let's pull that up so we can actually read it easily and hopefully focus. Amazing things will happen. And amazing things do happen when that's our intention, when that's how our thinking is taking us, creating our reality of amazing things. And they will happen. Need the white balance again, does it? Sometimes it really annoys me, the cameras. It's still not giving a sharp image, is it? Maybe it's time at some point in the near future I'm going to have to update my cameras, my webcams. Oh, there we go. Sort of focused. We'll leave that there anyway. Now, I will zoom in to the cards, just like that. And here we have them, just a little bit more, and we'll get them centered. There we go. As you can see from this, what we have, excuse me, is the ring as the central theme for the day today. We've got the labyrinth in the home space and the key in the workspace. With the ring, that really is setting our intention and making those promises. We could make our promises to ourselves as to what we want in our day, to put our energy and focus into something that's really going to bring out that glimmer and glow and shine and buzziness, that glitter of what is that jewel in the crown for us today. What is your goal? What's your intention? Bring that focus to that point so that whatever you do, that it fits in naturally with your own pathway, with what you're going to be needing to learn in your lifetime, for this lifetime today, that it's fitting in that plan. Because there isn't really a start and a finish when it's a well-made ring. You can't see where that join is, even if there is a join, because sometimes there just isn't, that it's cut on that silhouette profile of the metals that's making this ring, with all of those little inserts that are the extra gems in our day as well. Bring that into your focus too, so that you're looking at the overall picture of how your energies are working with others as that intention, as that jewel, and really bring, so that you are in your most genuine form, in your most beautiful form, as you're honouring those vows or the promises you've made to yourself in your past, and changing and growing and doing what's needed to be able to be that shining jewel that's encased at the top, firmly set in this beautiful ring. And that some of those lessons do send us through a cycle, as you can see in the background mandala that is here, that it does sometimes take repeat sessions to really bring out that is the beauty of this ring. So for yourself, focus, allow the energy to flow in a way that it does have the angle of light shining on it in a way that's like the best cut diamond even. Not just this that is a ruby. Well, it looks like a ruby. It could be a garnet. It doesn't matter the gem. It's that you shine. Okay, so that's the overall theme for the day in general. Okay, for each and every one of us. Beautiful, beautiful energies around that in whatever way you need to shine. Labyrinth in the home space, sometimes things can feel like a maze rather than that journey of learning and discovery with a labyrinth. Maze can be so many of these dead ends that you get so frustrated that you just can't continue to move. Now, is a maze something that you can't see the overall picture of because the walls are so high up you can't see over the top like these people can? We can. We have a sense of what direction we're going. In the home space, we do have a sense of what we're doing in our home space with our family and friends. When we first become parents, we don't get a guidebook. There is no instruction manual that gives us the absolute right and wrong and best way to raise children. The same with ourselves. We don't always get a manual that gives us the best direction that we're going. That's where we really are trusting that inner self, that is our inner guide and connection with our spirit guides, angels, our highest self, all of the terms we give that direction, that guidance that we're trusting in. Do fully step with that energy that you're feeling, because it's that's connected with our source in whatever way we call that, whether it be God, whatever. Just certainly bring that into your central beingness for rest and the times where you do need that extra help. Be that is the centre of your world as we're travelling this maze. Be that at the centre of your home space, really, because we cannot rely on others to help us get to our happiness, joy, peace, all of that. That's what comes from our peace within ourselves, and that we know is our inner confidence, our moving through, knowing our own skills. Sometimes we don't even know our skill set ourselves. It's from others helping us and guiding us too, because they can see what our talents are at times that we have no idea about. We're just within that moment of living a life without, not always that consciousness around how we are with others and what we are doing. So bring that to your mind, that being ready to ask for help and being ready to give help in your home space today, because sometimes that pathway does need a bit of assistance, and that's what I'm feeling from the energy of this card today. So, okay, and Corinna, good morning to you. Lovely to have you here. I'm a teeny bit late this morning. And Caitlin, good morning as well. And the same thing, it is the same thing about being first time fur parents. I guarantee, Caitlin, there isn't a manual with how to look after your little fur babies either. There might be some written, yes, but it's the experience of the other personalities. Every creature has a personality of their own, that we learn to live with each other, fur babies and all, even feathered types, scaled types if you're into reptiles. Good morning, Nat. Lovely to see you here too. And Kathy, we've got Kathy here too. Good morning. And there you go. It makes you think of JC's situation again. Well, that's true, Caitlin. We are only for a limited time, though. It is that realisation at times where we can then take those steps to live more truthfully, purposely, with as our purpose. And even though we have limited time, it's still precious time here, and then we go home. Okay, and Corinna, you wouldn't have caught the whole reading if you were on time. If I'm on time, yeah, absolutely. Sometimes that is the case, isn't it, Corinna? And good morning, Julia. Lovely to have you here with us this morning as well. So, yes, it is. We do eventually find our way in whatever path that we are meant to be treading, though. We do need to connect with that source to be who we are in our most genuine sense of you and me, to continue living and moving along this pathway that we have as this life. So just love life. Have fun with it as well, because that's where I love the maze, the labyrinth feel, because I used to love doing the puzzle books when I was a kid, and I still do occasionally. So, live it to the best that we can. And in communion, in community, in friendships with others, even if it is sometimes frenemies as well, where you can have people that you don't like, but we're still getting along with them. Be that person that is a peacemaker. See the doves there, they are symbols of peace too. And taking that time to contemplate and consider what is happening in your home space. I think we probably spent enough time on that one too. Um, and Caitlin, oh wow, I've brought tears to your eyes. Look, if we didn't have our emotions and feel love as we do, what is happening in our lives? What is the purpose for our life, really? We are here to experience the humanness. We are spirit within a physical body, and we are going to experience lots and lots of different feelings and emotions and, ideas, things that are new and opening up for us, like the key is opening the gate on this tiny bird cage in the workspace, setting free and blossoming whatever it is the next idea, that whatever is the next step. We are opening doorways, and maybe there is something that's going to stretch you to being worthy of promotion, that type of thing with our work. So I always feel that this key really is in our hands. It's not someone else doing this for us. It is us holding this key. It's a beautifully gilded cage. It's a beautifully carved and gilded key. It is something that's precious, and it really is opening that doorway on our next step or whatever is opening up for us in work, that it is precious. It's setting that energy free to fly. We understand most of the time that this sort of cage is for birds. So it's that symbolism of flying free. So set your heart and mind into place and action, following with that bird, that sense of your spirit being set free in your workspace. You can do anything you want to, or that you need to, or that you have a desire to do. Sometimes there are things, this comes back to that saying, be careful what you wish for. But there are sometimes things that we don't, on consideration, that we weigh up and feel into that, gut feeling, oh, I don't think I better be doing that, even if it's there tempting us. Remember, there is always that balance of what is meant to be or not meant to be, and the timing and everything like that. And as my own belief is, when things happen, it is when it is the perfect timing. Sometimes we can plan them, sometimes we don't. So where we're also in control or not, it is being free to fly above, to witness, to be able to gauge, discern, all of those things that we're using as our full senses as who we are, to know if it's the right path for us, if it's the right thing to do, if our next step is this, that, or the other. I like to have checklists to tick off things as I go. You might like that too. All different. That's why we have the control of this key. And even in our workspace, if you're working for someone else, it might be that you don't always have that sense of control because you're not the boss, but you still have choices. You still have free will to choose and use it wisely, because it can progress you further and further into something wonderful, to be able to make use of opportunities in your day-to-day at work. Yeah, especially if you're even, a business owner or self-employed, or whatever way you like to call it, if you're not working for another person but within your own realm. Wow, what doors can be opened that way as well. We still do need to consider, sit, ponder, wonder about, plan, all of those things that are needing to be considered, because we are in community. We're not isolated just in our homes or just in our work. We are part of this world, part of humanity. But most especially, it does start in the home space. See where it's taking you today. We do, most of us, are able to work or some form of income. See how that setting yourself free for all possibilities is going to bring you into that gorgeous, gorgeous continuity of learning and growing and being part of this human experience that we're in. That gorgeous ring. It doesn't bind us, it gives us more choice and sets us free, as this key is showing us. Okay, so thank you so much for being here with me today again. And you speechless, Caitlin needed to hear all of this. Oh, look, just trust that inner self and your connection with spirit. It really does come down to being open and ready to receive and ready to give as well. And yes, you can relate to that as well. That's great. And good morning to you, Susan. It's lovely to see you as well. And from Corinna, a thank you. And even to those who may be watching on the Instagram side, it doesn't last. I don't know how to put up the replay for that. It tells me it ends it, it discards it, goes into my archive, but I've got no idea how to do anything with that. I'm not a social media queen, expert or otherwise. This is a place where I know we all gather. It is like that labyrinth, gazebo, whatever you call that central place. It's a place of meeting and sharing. And I really do appreciate the technology and how we can use it like we do here now. So thank you. If you do need any extra help, more in-depth readings, the link is there somewhere. It's the psychic.online is the website I've currently got being used at the moment. So the Boundy one will come eventually. Thank you for being you, Roz. Oh, for being me. I love being me, and I love joining in with each one of you as you're being you. So thank you for that one too, Caitlin. So we'll see you tomorrow. Keep being the best you that you can be, and namaste. Until then, bye for now.